Good morning, everyone. On this very, very frosty morning, welcome to Working Horses with Jim. Today, we have a lot of different odd jobs going on, which often is what makes up a day here on the farm and in the woods. Just doing the things that need to be done right then and there to keep things rolling. So we thought we'd take you along today with us and share with you what's going on here today. We appreciate your viewership and we thank you for coming along. Jim's got the skid steer started up and warming up. As you can hear, it doesn't feel like waking up this morning. Good morning, babies. June's got a little hay on her head this morning. Jim put a board right here. Usually the horses, when they are watered, all the big horses, they come over here and for some reason they're fascinated with this spot and they stick their head through there. And either for hay or to see whoever's in here at the time. And I think there's a chance that they could get their head stuck, so he made sure that doesn't happen. This morning we have a half empty barn. We've just got Duke and Bill in here. Good morning, Billy. Yesterday we went over to Vermont to celebrate our grandson's birthday with him, and so we weren't here during the day. Jim put the horses out in some different pastures, and Earl and Baron went out with Ken and Lady, and they went up to the side hill pasture, which is quite a ways off. And when we got home, they weren't here. They're still up there. They decided to stay out last night instead of coming into the warm barn. So we may have to go out and get them later if they don't come down themselves. But anyways, that'll give me a few less chores this morning. Normally when I get in here in the morning, I water everybody and then I brush them, whoever's in here. So then Jim can just, whoever he's going to use, I just brush them all, then he'll be ready to go with harnessing whenever they are ready, whenever he wants to use them. Morning, Dookie. You want a drink? You want a drink or you want attention? Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Thinks he wants to pull a fast one this morning and go into Baron's stall. Not too thirsty this morning, are you? With the coming cold weather, I have donned a toque this morning. I wanted to ask you guys all what you call a winter hat. I never called them toques until I moved up north here, close to the Canadian border, where everybody here calls them toques. Jim grew up calling them toques because he comes from a Canadian, some of his family is from Canada, but I always called it a hat or a cap, or I'm just wondering, and then I heard somebody recently who lives in Florida, she called it a toboggan, and us in this area all said, what are you talking about? But that's what they call them down there. So I'm just curious what you call a hat like this. And I wanted to tell you, we're waiting for our new shipment of these hats. We continue to have the t-shirts and calendars on sale, so check out our store. The link's below in the description. I find that in the morning many times the horses just like to fool around. When they get out here, they have to check over there, and now he can't put his nose all the way through. But Bree and him are good friends. And then they have to go around and check it, look outside. If you let them dawdle, that's what they do. Which Jim doesn't usually let them dawdle. But, come on. Sometimes I do. Jim's been saying lately that these Suffolks, they just don't eat very much. They stay fat and they just don't eat very much hay. His manger is full. We keep putting hay in there and they just don't eat a lot, they're easy keepers. Bill eats a lot. He works hard too, but he eats a lot. Bill's always the fastest backer out of his stall. So Bree and June seem to have settled in quite nicely to their new arrangements, living arrangements, nighttime arrangements. They're still working on barn manners and moving over when you tell them to and backing up and all that. And Jim hasn't spent a lot of time with them, but he is working on it. And June's doing pretty good with her weaning process. She's getting there, but she had a moment of escape probably 4 or 5 days ago. June and Bree broke the fence. Somehow we were gone. We don't know exactly what happened, but all the horses got together, and I really can't blame these two girls because there was a whole group of horses. And June did get in with her mom, so she had a little setback, but Jim said it's no big deal and it's just a slight setback. And I was watching Lady yesterday when Jim let June out, and June went over and hollered to her mom, but Lady just kind of ignored her. So I think that process is getting going pretty well.
Back up. Back up. Back. Yep, back up. Back up. Oh. All right. Yep. I really need to do a lot of work with June. She's very spooky, a lot more spooky than I would have expected. It doesn't concern me. It just makes me realize I got to spend more time with her. I watered Bree and led her around the sawmill just for something different. I haven't really been doing a lot of leading with these gals, but I need to. So that's what I'm going to do even with June today, right now, and then they'll go outside for the day. Enough? Come here. So there's a lot of stuff for a young filly to get used to here in the sawmill. That's why I like to lead them through here. I got the headlocks here that we spoke about on the other video. But coming around here, last night I was doing a little custom sawing for a guy, and my sawmill broke down, so that's why that log is sitting there half done. I gotta figure out what's wrong with the mill, see if I can get that fixed. But anyways, Jim's probably walked around this sawmill before, but not a heck of a lot. And for as little as I've worked her in the last few months, she's doing extremely well in this process. But we'll just take her around one more time, and then she'll go outside. Oh, ho, ho, oh, ho, 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 ho. All right, come on. Oh, hey, hey, hey. Oh. All right. Yep, Bye. 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 Hey. Get. Get.
Okay.
Yep. Shut the door so no one comes back in. I'll go grab a bale of hay and put a bale of hay out there, then we'll go again.
Okay. That means you. You can't come back in.
Ho, 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 ho! Where'd it go?
Well, to say that didn't go as planned is an understatement. Me with my injured leg couldn't run out there and get them going in the right direction. They weren't used to this new fence. Jim did come out and get Duke. Bill thinks he's really hot out there. Now all the horses are meeting together over there, the ones that were out overnight. So we'll see what happens. There's the whole herd running together. And Lady and Bree are back together. I mean, Lady and June are back together. Arg. Remember, Bill hasn't been out with everybody together like this. Even though they broke the fence, a lot of them are on one side of the fence Bill, Bree, and June are still on one side of the fence, and the other horses are on the other side of the fence. So right now they're not all truly together, which is a good thing. I feel for Jim. He's got too much to do as it is, and now he's got to fix the fence. And get these critters back in. Since these guys weren't in last night, they're very interested in grain. Here's Baron. Come on, Barry. Come on. So 2 of the renegades are back in here. Earl's happy for some grain. But here comes Bill. The other ones broke through to the other side. Bill didn't dare to. There's more than one way to round up the doggies. Jim is now working on getting the fences back up and running. Things don't always go as we plan, but that's life. So here's the end results of the lumber from that log I showed you earlier. Logs, it's more than one log. But this is spruce lumber, and Skippy is showcasing it for us. And it wasn't easy for him to saw. He ran into a lot of problems. This is the stuff that we edged, but we got it done. This is a custom job, so they wanted some big beams. And there's a couple of the big beams right there. Well, it's the next afternoon, and Jim is taking Bill around the fence line. I'm putting up red, well, it's a piece of old shirt, so that there's no mistakes of knowing where the fence is.
Hopefully we won't be chasing horses again. As soon as they get used to their perimeters, they'll know where to go. By the way, guys, I just got back from the Adirondacks and brought the hunters home from their week of hunting, and I didn't show any clips except for one short one, and I'll show you that right now.
Cool.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. I was wondering what that noise was coming through, and I see it's the ice. Wow. So here comes the hunters. The hunters and their ice in the lake and deer in the
It's a better one.
canoes. There it is. Nice. So you got all the meat in there too? Then?
Yeah, all our coolers.
One more question. How did Earl and Baron do on the return trip?
Excellent. Excellent. I was very pleased. They just kept right on plugging up and down them hills, and they did great. So I'm just going to leave the horses along this fence. I'm just going to bring Baron out. I'll lead Bill through here, and then I'll let him go, and then we'll get Duke, and that's all I'm going to bring out for today.
So now Duke's out here. Jim showed him the perimeters. And Bill walked around the perimeters. And they're so happy to be out here. Hi, Billy. Enjoying a little bit of green grass. It's terribly low, but they just love it anyways. It's better than being in the barnyard. Leave my bag alone, Billy. Hindsight's 20/20. We should have put up things yesterday, but that's what happens sometimes. Enjoy the sunshine, boys. It's such a beautiful afternoon. It's glorious for a November day. Glorious here in northern New York. Duke was being very bad. He was kicking at the fence to get out. He wanted to get out here as soon as Bill was out here. It's so nice that Bill can be out with other horses and be good, so he's not alone anymore. Good job, Billy. So it is the next day, 2 days since we started this video, and it's the morning. Jim first let out Bill out to the new pasture, then Bree, and walked her around, and now here comes little June. It's gonna walk her around the perimeter as well. Beyond the fence is where Jim will be working today. He's going to be smoothing out these big ruts left for, or piles left from the tiling job, and he's going to be getting ready to plow out here. So we hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.